Hello, humans. This is the fourth out of five in my little series on addictions and substance abuse. This is the last one on wine. As I've said, they have the most information about wine. There's not a lot about other substances, but part five will be other things that the old books wrote about in regards to addictions, such as opium and tobacco. So this one is short and it's just a few random things added that didn't really fit elsewhere. So um, all of the slides except the last one in this little short session comes from this book, Raising the Dead and Returning Life, which actually is excerpts from a book called Yanfang Xinbian, which was a Qing Dynasty book. The author was a scholar, not really a doctor, but he was interested in collecting folk remedies and secret remedies that families would keep and stuff like that. So this is the whole big book is huge. And this bit that I translated was like the section on emergencies, but it was still excerpts from that. Anyway, um, so let's see. Damage from drunkenness, yeah, somebody gets drunk, and it's not talking about getting injured, but here it says when somebody is dead drunk, really, really drunk, quickly resolve their drunkenness by putting the person's head hair in a basin of newly drawn well water. Okay, so in Banzhao Gangmu, they talk about, I don't know how many different types of water, and each type of water has different characteristics. So I don't know how important newly drawn water from a well is, but that's what it says. Undo his clothing and apply tofu to his whole body. If you don't have that much tofu, apply cloth soaked in this well water on him. So, you could still do that. I don't know about a tofu full body covering, but anyway, change it after a little while, and he will sober up once you've changed it several times. The only time this is not appropriate is in cold weather. Well, yeah, that would be bad. Okay, so cold water on his hair, cold water on his body or her body. Another formula. Boil, so this is for someone who's dead drunk. Boil black soybeans and keep the liquid, the juice from cooking the beans. Take advantage of its warmth, meaning, while you let it cool down enough so it's not going to burn the person, but you still do this while it's warm from cooking. And pour 3 small cups into him. So, first off, a small cup, it's this word in Chinese. Where'd it go? This word. And I don't really know how big is a small cup, but it's not like a bay is a different kind of cup that's larger. They had different kinds of cups. So this is some kind of small cup, not a measuring cup. And pouring into, remember, he's dead drunk, so he can't just drink the juice. So you're like dribbling this into his mouth bit by bit, trying to keep him from choking. But that's a lot to dribble in. Anyway, he will then wake up. So the liquid from black beans is used in processing certain herbs like hushowu, and it does resolve toxins. And so I guess this is a similar toxin resolving thing. Another formula, pour daikon juice or hot urine into him. Okay, they're both effective. Remember, though, in Chinese medicine in the old days, they frequently used the urine from a boy under the age of 10 before hormones are coming out. And that was used in medicine. Yeah. So, okay. The daikon juice, maybe. And then here is another heading of wine disease. So people who like to drink show the effects of wine toxins. And so they have headaches and dizzy vision, or they have blockage and oppression of the throat. Some have clear water diarrhea more than 10 times a day. So, they're basically pooping watery liquid. Their body atrophies and their spirit is ruined. So this isn't just from one drunk. This is from, an alcoholic here, I guess. And then they give us a formula. And this formula is doable. Chen Pi, Gan Sao, and Huang Lian. So he's not using, the last episode of this, we talked about Gehua and this other herb, Hovinia. He doesn't use those, but he has these three herbs. He says lightly stir fry them together and then powder them, and then add pine pollen and blend evenly. And then you have this powder on hand. So give the patient 2 qian each dose. So 1 qian in the Qing dynasty was 3.73 grams. So 3 and 3 is 6, 7. This is like 7.5 grams approximately. Give them, a dose of that size once in the morning and once in the evening, swallowed with boiled water, and then the patient will recover in 2 days. Okay. And finally, here's a little case from another book. This isn't from the book I translated. I recently found a book that's called Collection of Strange Conditions, which it does have some wild stuff in it. Let's see what this one is. A woman was sick and did not recognize people, which is a way of saying unconscious. It doesn't mean that she saw people and didn't recognize them. It means, she was unconscious. She revived a little and wailed 3 or 4 times and then fainted again. So and I'm not sure, I don't remember, is this Zhu Danxi or some other doctor? Felt her pulse. The liver pulse was wiry and slippery. He said this was caused by an angry heart because of the wiry, I guess. The condition must have been caused by great anger and strong wine. So he questioned her when her husband wasn't there so she could maybe be more honest. Every night she would drink her fill alone to relieve her feelings. Probably her husband wasn't very good to her, and she couldn't say that in front of him. So Zhu treated her with a prescription to clear phlegm and down bear fire, because the slipperiness is the phlegm. And he added xiangfu to scatter constraint in the liver channel, and she recovered. Okay, so it doesn't give us the exact formula, but you can understand the thinking from this. Okay, so that's my little short episode 4, and then episode 5 will have, actually there's tea addiction and tobacco and opium. Okay.